to be more mindful about the way that you communicate things, and that it's not coming from a place of reactivity, right? Like it's not emotionally reactive. Hey, welcome to your 2023 February reading for your sun, moon, or rising sign. If this resonates with you, give the video a like, share it, turn on the notification bells, subscribe. I have a lot more new content that's coming out besides the monthlies. I'm doing new and full moon readings. I do live streaming. If you're watching this on YouTube, check out the community page because I have a schedule up there of what's going on when. And if you're watching this on Rumble, then just follow all the links for everywhere to find me on social media. So otherwise, let's just get into it. Let's find out what's going on for you this month. Let's not waste any time. Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your February 2023 reading. So we are going to take a look at the progression of the month, just see how the energy is unfolding, and then we will take a look at what is feeling challenging, what's going to come up as a challenge, and any kind of advice that comes through. I just noticed that there's one card that is completely turned around, so let's give that another good shuffle. Hopefully that's not too loud for any of you. All right, I'm actually feeling this. Let's do it. I don't always feel going in order like that, but you know, when it says to do it, I trust it. So, so funny. You can tell that my cards are so well used. I don't know how everybody else's cards stay so flat and straight and beautiful. I feel like I take care of my cards, but they're all just bent. So anyhow, let's take a look at how the month is unfolding for you. Oh, interesting. All right, if there's some like, oh, this is going to be interesting. If this is about love, this is going to be interesting. What's coming up as a challenge? Okay. And the spiritual advice. All right, interesting. So we're like, this is a collective reading for sun, moon, or rising Cancer. So whether you're watching it for sun, moon, or rising, just know it's a collective reading. It's not going to capture what is so for every single sun, moon, rising Cancer that's out there, obviously. So I do these more so because if you happen to catch this, or if you feel called to watch this and it's resonating with you, then it's your message. If you want something specific to you and really, really clear, then I would recommend booking a reading, which that information is in the description box. So let's get into it. We're starting out the beginning of the month with a really beautiful card. It's actually, I know that this deck is maybe not quite as bright and fluffy as other decks, but it is one of my favorite decks and I just felt like using it, so we're going with it. The Ace of Cups is a cup of hope and faith and of really beautiful opportunities and feelings coming into play. I'm feeling like at the beginning of this month for February for you, Cancer, this is like, I mean, and how appropriate that it's a water card, right? We're talking about the cups, we're talking about emotions. One of the phrases that really comes through for me with this particular card is letting the water run clear. You know, so if you've ever gone to an old building or apartment or something, or lived in the city where there's like somebody hasn't occupied it for a couple weeks, they usually tell you, or they used to, tell you to let the water run in the pipes till it runs clear. And that's kind of what I feel like this is like really pure and pristine energy, really pure and pristine feelings and clear like feelings of like hope and faith and maybe even intuitive hits that you're getting, but it's really new. It's the beginning of something. It's the beginning of something new that feels hopeful. And so that's what the energy of the beginning of the month is. So that's what I'm seeing at the beginning of the month. We progress into the month and we have the Three of Wands. Now, oh wait. All right. Let's go back for a second. If we're talking about this in terms of like a relationship of some kind, like a love relationship connection of something, you know, of some kind, you might be feeling like, oh wow, I have like a lot of this like hope and you know, things feel really refreshing, like this person feels like a breath of fresh air, or like maybe not air, but like, you know what I mean? It feels really refreshing, and it feels good, right? And so that's a beautiful feeling. We come into the middle of the month, and I'm going to talk about this from both relationship aspects and also from the place of like, just business, finances, other areas of life, right? So the Three of Wands is definitely about enacting plans, like putting plans into action, making the decision to make your moves. So it is a plan of action. It's a plan of move, or it's a card of movement. Sorry, I've been moving between astrological worlds and tarot worlds today. So it is a card of that kind of movement. So if you are in some kind of relationship situationship, whatever it is, and you're feeling like really good about this, then this is like the middle of the month. I see you either making your moves or you being called to, you're feeling like, I really need to make a move, right? Like people are making moves, like whatever it is, like there's some kind of movement happening here. I'm just going to go forward and just like talk about relationships because I'm feeling it right now. We move into the end of the month with the Lovers card. Now, the thing about the Lovers cards is, doesn't mean that like, oh, it's a love match, the lovers, right? Like that's not necessarily what this means. This means that the connection itself means that the two of you, your strengths come together in a way where you add to each other, and the sum of your parts are greater than you would have been individually. So there's some kind of transcendent kind of up-leveling into another accessing other higher frequency aspects of yourself individually and together. Like you guys each move your relationship forward. You each move your lives forward. You're each supportive in such a way where you feed into each other and you're better together in a lot of ways, right? Like that's kind of the energy of this. Now, if this is about business partnership, apply that to business partnership, right? It's still the same thing, right? It's a partnership of a kind. It's similar to a relationship, right? So like that's what you want to look at. This is a more mature relationship, by the way. This is not like Six of Cups energy. Like Six of Cups can be really beautiful and lovely and nice, but it's like more youthful. It can be a little bit more naive and reminiscent of the past. This is more like the energy of maturity, of like a fine wine, a matured love, right? Like some matured top shelf mezcal, right? Like that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about, going and getting, I don't know, what is it? What's something that you can just get at the market, like a Don Jose or something like that, right? Like we're not talking about that. We're talking about premium top shelf. So that's the energy of the month. I just see like it's building, making moves, like you're feeling like, well, not building, but you're feeling like you're feeling the opportunity, you're feeling the energy, you're feeling the refreshed, like you're feeling like, oh, this feels inspired, this feels good, this feels like really clean, I have hope in this. You're making the moves, right? And then like there is this coming together in a way that like you guys are seeing in a business partnership or in a relationship or with your collaborating with others or with friends or whatever it is, family members, like whatever is up for you, that it's like there is a next level version that's available to you with this. Now, here's the thing to watch out for that we have showing up here is we have the Queen of Swords, right? Now, when the Queen of Swords, when she is in a challenged position like this, I would call her Queen Bitch, because it's like, ooh, that tongue is sharp. Like she can say some shit that is just like, watch out. It's like cut you down to size. It is too harsh. You need to be careful with the way that you're communicating with the people in your world. When you're expressing what feels so for you, what feels true for you, what you want in this world, what your beliefs are, what your ideas are, right? We are talking about the swords. So when we're talking about this, it's like, okay, you need to be more mindful about the way that you communicate things and that it's not coming from a place of reactivity, right? Like it's not emotionally reactive, right? The thing about the Queen of Swords when she's in a good position is that she's able to communicate directly and cleanly. And it's like, look, it's not personal. It's not coming from like this emotional place. But when it's in a challenge position, it's like Ice Queen, right? Ice Queen, it's like, and also like taking it also can be very, very personal, take it very personal, and then just lashing out with the tongue. So the way that you communicate, you need to be aware of this. Like, you cannot let your emotions take over and let your your tongue wag just uncontrollably, and it's just so messy. So you need to be careful with this, right? Okay, Cancer, you know, because like Cancers can be sensitive, but you know, you guys got that shell, you're the crab, right? You can like retreat into your hard shell, your boundary, your place of safety, and you can just like snip with your pincers, just like and it can be sharp. So you need to watch out for that. Your advice that's coming through. The advice that's coming through is the King of Pentacles. So okay. I love the King of Pentacles. If this is business related, let's just talk about for a moment that if this is business related, we're looking at like, this is a good time to invest. All right. So this would be a time to pay attention to what you're investing in. If this is an investment that you're looking to make, then I see this as being like, there's some things that are good, and you would just need to make sure that you're checking who you're getting your source of information from, right? So let's say that you're investing in like, I don't know, crypto, stock, like day trading or whatever it is, then you want to make sure that like your information source is clean and clear before you do the investment, right? If it's not about that, maybe this is about your life overall. The King of Pentacles is like, hey, this is a time to address your finances. The King of Pentacles is like, he's got his coins together, he's doing so well, and in such a way that he can be really generous and earthy, and it's just like really lovely energy. You can tell that I'm like, I love the upside of the King of Pentacles. Really, really beautiful energy. So, you know, this is a time to like, just look at stability, look at what's grounding, look at what allows you to be in a space that feels abundant, you know, not necessarily that you have to be generous yourself with like stuff that you don't have, but like maybe you can be generous of yourself, right? Generous of yourself in other ways that are not necessarily financial if you don't have that at your disposal or like extra, right? Like you can do this in a way where you are being generous with your energy, with your time, with your attention. But yes, this is also about investment, right? And so if this is about relationship, this could be about investing in another person, like that you might want to trust and have faith in, you know, giving your self the opportunity to invest your time, attention, and energy into this other person, and just to see what that holds. Does this mean it's the be all end all for you and it's your person? Not necessarily, but not necessarily. It could be, but it could also be, it's like, as we know, the way that it goes with relationships, it's like, you know, nobody's ever the one until we find the one, and we don't even know that they are until like probably the end of our life, you know? So this is like just having that faith and choosing where you're going to put your time, attention, and energy. So I feel like that is pretty clear, Cancer. I hope that this is really helpful. If this resonated, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It definitely helps the channel. It also helps me with like, you know, getting this out to other people that this resonates with. If you want to know about the other events where I will be doing like cards and cocktails, new and full moon readings, in the community tab on Instagram, there is an events post, so you can see everything there. And also on Instagram, I have a pinned post that has all of the stuff that's coming up for this month. So I'm considering doing a Valentine's Day thing, but it's not on the schedule. So anyway, thank you for being here. I will see you in the next video. Bye.